It's hard to decide, said young Henry McBride. It's terribly, terribly hard to decide. When a fellow grows up and turns into a man, a fellow should pick the best job that he can. But there's so many jobs that would be so much fun. It's terribly hard to decide on just one. I might be a farmer. That sounds pretty good. That could be my job, and now maybe it should. I'll buy a big farm somewhere out in the West and raise giant rabbits, the world's very best. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That's the way I'll decide. I'll be the big rabbit man, Henry McBride. But now I don't know. I'm too smart and too clever to tie myself down just to one job forever. If I could have 2 jobs, now that would be swell. Besides taking care of the rabbits I sell, why, I could be also a doctor as well. Then people will say, when they feel sick inside, I'll go to the Rabbit Man, Dr. McBride.
Dr. Seuss Treasury.
Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, hello, Miss Ida Lisdawati. Hi guys. On these occasions, I want to explain you about this video before, and I try to connect it with all of our morphosyntax material that we have learned before. As we know, we have learned material such as morphological process, morphemes, and then predicate and word class. Okay, so let me check it all. Okay, let's start with screen number 1. We can see a web of category. From this text, there are noun, pronoun, verb, and adjective. Besides that, we know from this text consists morpheme. The word like it, heart, decide, said, Henry McBride, and terribly are included inside free morpheme, or this is lexical morpheme. It means the morpheme that can stand alone as word in a sentence. And then there are predicate nominal from these 2 sentences. It is hard and it is terribly. We know these are predicate nominal because after auxiliary verb is followed by adjective hard and terribly. Next, on screen number 2, we can check that here are a fellow, a man, and the best job as noun, he and it as pronoun, grows up, turns, speak, and decide as verb, into and on as preposition, so and but as conjunctions, word fun, many, much, and terribly hard as adjective. In this sentence, there are morpheme and morphological process aspect. We can check it on word grows up and turns. In morpheme theory, word grows and turns are bound morpheme or morpheme which cannot stand alone. Specifically, this is inflectional morpheme or a morpheme who cannot change the word class and meaning but change its plurality and tenses. Grows up is compounding in morphological process, or a lexeme that consists more than of one stem. Grows as verb and up as prepositions. On this text, we find that there are predicate verbal and predicate nominal. A fellow grows up and turns. A fellow should pick the best job that he can. This is predicate verbal because in the sentence we look that the predicate is verb. We know that on the word grows up, turns, and pick. The next is predicate nominal sentences. There is so many jobs, it is terribly hard. This is predicate nominal because after auxiliary verb consists adjective. And then screen number 3, we find that word I and that is pronoun, a farmer and my job as noun, and now as conjunctions. Then, here we know conversion process or morphological process in sentence that sounds pretty good. Basically, sound is verb, but in this case, there is change category become linking verb because adding suffix s. This also can call a fixation process because suffix s in the end of word sound. In morpheme theory, we find that word like farmer is included in derivational morpheme or morpheme that change the meaning and word class. It can affect it because adding prefix or suffix. Farmer is established from word farm. After we adding er in the end, the meaning has changed, become noun. Besides that, we know that predicate verbal is in here in sentence that sounds pretty good. Next, screen number 4. Noun, a big farm, the west, and giant rabbit. The word, the way, the bold, the big rabbit man, and Henry McBride. Verb, buy, rise, do, decide. Preposition, in. Adjective, big, giant, and best. Interjections, on word, yeah. On this screen, word class like verb, noun, and adjective are lexical morpheme. But here preposition and interjections are functional morpheme. On the other side, we see that word somewhere is one on compounding process. We find it on words somewhere and rabbitman. This is two words that combine become one word who has different meaning. Then, we know there is predicate verbal on sentence. Number 1 is I'll buy a big farm and raise giant rabbits. And predicate nominal on sentence, the word is very best. And that is the way I'll decide. And then next, screen number 5. Where is noun? Job, myself. Pronoun, I. Verb, know and tie. Adjective, short and clever. Adverb, down and forever. Where is predicate nominal? I'm too smart and clever because there is adjective after auxiliary verb. Continue to screen number 6. A doctor as noun, I as pronoun, swell taking care as verb, well adjective, besides and of as preposition, if and also as conjunctions. But from this text, we find that there is compounding process that is in word taking care, taking and care that become one combination. Then we see on the word the rabbits there is adding suffix word as, it is affixation. It means more of one rabbit or plural. How about predicate? Here we look on sentence besides taking care of the rabbits I sell. This is predicate verbal because we find two verbs, taking care and sell. And ultimately on screen number 7. People, Dr. McBride, the rabbit man as noun. Feel, go, say as verb. To and inside as preposition. Morphological process in this text is when we read sentence I'll. This is blending process which it is joining the beginning of one word and the end of word I and will. Predicate in this text is predicate verbal. We know in sentence, then people will say, they feel sick and I'll go to the rabbit man. So guys, that is my analysis about morpheme, morphological process, predicate and word class, and I've tried to connect it with this video before. Okay, thank you to Miss Ida Lisdawati and all of my friends in the class. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.